All right, we're gonna go over the barbell back squat to a box. This is the bread and butter to our strengthening in this program. So, I really want you guys to have fun with this one, get confident with it, but I do want to go over a couple of things for like best practice to make sure we're doing it well and not making it something that's going to hold us back in any way. It's a box squat because, as swimmers, like we don't need to get a crazy amount of knee bend on our top end strength work. It's not to say that we don't need that range of motion as swimmers, but when we're doing our heaviest strength work, which is what our box squats will be, we don't need to be going like ass to grass, okay? What I do want is a box that's gonna kind of be right about at the back of your knee, maybe a little lower, okay? And when you squat to it, you can stay in the middle of your feet, all right? Some of you might need a little bit higher than the back of your knee. If you're someone that just, doesn't have the greatest squat mobility, that's okay. But get a good knowledge of what that box height is because it's gonna affect the numbers when you're squatting. A 1 to 2 inch difference in depth on a squat can feel like 15 to 25 extra pounds on a squat. So if you're doing a set and you randomly, last week squatted 2 inches higher and this week 2 inches lower now, and you go to do the same weight, it's gonna feel heavier. So know what the height is you're using and be consistent there. It can be a little higher than the back of your knee, but I want you to make sure it's consistent so that the numbers you're recording stay like realistic week to week, and they're not like, this week I squatted 15 inches, last week I squatted 17 inches, so this week I missed the weight that I was supposed to hit. That's the long and short of that. But when we're squatting for a back squat, hands, you want to set them up first. Find a landmark on the bar to get them symmetrical, and then your brain's smart enough, for most of you I hope, to know where the middle of your hands are, and it's going to land you in the middle of the bar. Okay, as you stand up with the barbell, like get your feet under the bar and stand up with it. I do not like seeing split feet because when it's heavier, it's just safer to have 2 feet under you. All right, we take a step back to the box, touch your calves to it, okay? And then maybe take a little step out from there. You want to be in the middle of your feet, okay? Your heels, your big toe, your little toe, all feeling that pressure. And as we start our squat, your hips go back and then knees start to break to let you go down. Then we stand back up, all right? Avoid bouncing off the box, okay? That's not what it's there for. And avoid, rocking back out of your feet as you touch the box, okay? We want to pretend it's there as like a stop, but we're really just tapping it and staying in the middle of our feet. You're not losing any tension at the bottom. That's what this can help you with, is to learn to stay very tight through your whole squat.